Your brain starts shrinking the moment you stop challenging it. Not in decades, not even years. Research suggests it can begin in weeks. And the scary part is, you won't feel it happening. By the end of this, you'll understand exactly why. Think about the last time you learned something genuinely new. Not scrolling through your feed, not watching a show you've seen before. Actually learning a new skill, a new language, a new way of thinking about the world. If you're struggling to remember, this video is for you. Because most of us hit a certain point in life where we settle into routines. We get good at our jobs, we find shows we like, we stop pushing ourselves. And it feels fine. It feels comfortable. But underneath that comfort, something is quietly changing in your brain. And understanding what that something is might be the most important thing you hear this year. Here's what's actually happening in your brain. Every time you learn something new, your brain builds a new connection. Scientists call this neuroplasticity, the brain's ability to physically reorganize itself. And I want you to really sit with that word, physical. Your brain is not a static organ. It's more like a muscle that either grows or atrophies. When you challenge yourself, neurons fire together and wire together. That's not just a catchy phrase, it's literally how memories form. Synaptic connections strengthen, new pathways open up.
But when you stop challenging yourself, those pathways start to thin. The brain prunes connections it doesn't use. This is called synaptic pruning. And while it's a normal part of development in childhood, in adults, it becomes a problem when those pruned connections are never replaced. Here's how that process unfolds over time. Here's a data point I keep coming back to. The Rush Memory and Aging Project, a landmark long-term study from Rush University Medical Center, followed over 1,600 older adults for years. People who engaged in mentally stimulating activities like reading, writing, and doing puzzles showed significantly slower rates of cognitive decline. Not just a little. Their cognitive aging was measurably different from people who didn't engage. But here's the part nobody talks about. The people who declined fastest weren't the ones with the most health problems. They were the ones who had stopped engaging mentally years before any symptoms appeared. Years before any symptoms. But here's what most people get wrong about this. They think cognitive decline is mostly about aging, that your brain just fades naturally, inevitably, and there's nothing you can do about it. That's not what the science says. Dr. Yakov Stern at Columbia University has spent decades studying what he calls cognitive reserve. Two people can have the exact same amount of brain damage from aging or disease, but one of them functions fine, while the other is significantly impaired. The difference? How much they built up their brain throughout their life. Think about two houses in a flood. One reinforced, multi-story with solid foundations, the other untouched, aging, single story. Same flood, completely different outcomes. Stern's concept of cognitive reserve completely reframed how scientists think about brain aging. It's not just what's happening to your brain right now, it's what you built up over years, a structural buffer against decline that you either have or you don't. And the time to build it is not after you feel symptoms, it's now. And the research gets more specific. A 2014 study published in Psychological Science by Denise Park and colleagues at the University of Texas found something really important. Learning genuinely new skills produced measurable improvements in memory function in older adults. Things like digital photography and quilting, skills they had never tried before. Doing more of what you already know how to do, it didn't give the same benefit. So your brain isn't neutral when you're coasting. It's actively declining. Comfort isn't rest. For your brain, comfort is atrophy. But that's not the real problem. The real problem is that we've built a world that makes it incredibly easy to feel mentally stimulated without actually being challenged. Social media is engineered to feel engaging. Familiar TV shows feel comfortable.
Even podcasts, where you're technically learning things, are often passive. You hear, you nod, you forget. The format doesn't require you to produce or apply anything. Your brain needs to struggle a little. That's when the real growth happens. Neuroscientists call this desirable difficulty, a concept from Dr. Robert Bjork at UCLA. It means the moments when learning feels hardest are often the moments your brain is growing the most. The frustration is the signal. Passive consumption keeps your brain occupied. Active struggle makes it stronger. There is a real and measurable difference between those two things. So what do you actually do with this? Because I don't want to leave you feeling anxious about your brain. I want to give you something real. Point 1. Pick something genuinely unfamiliar, not a harder version of something you can already do. A new instrument, not a new song on the one you already play. A new language, not a new topic in your native one. Your brain needs novelty, not just effort. Point 2. Struggle on purpose. The frustration you feel when something doesn't click, that's not failure. That's your brain forming new connections. Dr. Michael Merzenich, one of the world's leading neuroplasticity researchers, has shown that focused engagement, actually trying to work something out rather than just absorbing it passively, is what drives real structural change. And point 3, make it social. Teach something to a friend. Take a class with someone you know. Join a group. The combination of novelty, effort, and social engagement is one of the most powerful stacks you can give your brain. Merzenich has studied the plastic brain for over 50 years, and his work keeps returning to the same finding. Your brain does not care how old you are. It cares whether you are asking it to do something new. That's the whole thing. That's the entire mechanism. And on point 3, the social piece, a 2021 review in Frontiers in Psychology found that combining social interaction with active learning produced meaningfully better cognitive outcomes than solo learning alone. The difference wasn't small. Your brain genuinely does better when other people are involved. It turns out we aren't wired to grow alone. And remember those Rush University participants who showed the slowest cognitive aging? The activities that helped the most weren't complicated or expensive. Reading, writing, doing puzzles, not brain training apps or neurofeedback devices. Just consistent, active mental engagement done regularly over time. That's the real answer. It's not a hack. It's just showing up for your brain the same way you'd show up for your body. So come back to what I said at the very beginning. Your brain starts changing when you stop challenging it. And I know that can feel alarming, but here's what I really want you to hold on to. Your brain is not finished. It is never finished. Every time you decide to learn something unfamiliar, you are literally reshaping its structure. Cognitive stagnation is real, but so is cognitive growth. The question isn't whether your brain can change, it's whether you'll give it a reason to. If this resonated with you, the video on how anxiety rewires your brain goes even deeper into how chronic stress changes brain structure long term. Subscribe if you want more of this. It genuinely means a lot.